back to Australia. It's great to have you back.
Thank you.
Of course, biggest thing that everybody's talking about, and we're still talking about it, is Return of the X-Files.
Yeah.
How was that coming back to the show some 20 years after?
It was, it was great. It was my first scene was with David, and we walked into his office, came through the door, and it was immediately we felt like we were where we were supposed to be. It felt right, it felt natural, and we fell right back into it. And after we shot our first take, somebody came in and said, "Chris is sitting out at the monitor with the hugest smile on his face." And I said, "Why?" He goes, "Because it's like, there it is." So it was. We didn't have to work hard. It was really all there.
Did it surprise you how passionate the X-Files fans were about getting the show back?
No. We've got every actor on every show always talks about how amazing their fans are. They got the best fans in the world. We have the best fans in the world. We have fans that have stuck with us for 20 plus years. This is what I'm talking about. It's like it's like, and the fact that they came back to the show in such huge numbers was awesome. So I mean, we got the best fans in the world.
Testament to the love, I think, and the fact that love had a longevity to it as well. It's you can be in love with the show and be really passionate about the show whilst the show's on, but once the show has moved on and
you move on
as well. Yeah. So I think that in itself was testament to the fact that fans were still passionate about it, even though it had long since finished.
Yeah.
So, and for you, were there any particular idiosyncratic Skinner things that you did to kind of help you get back into character?
No. It was just all there. It's ingrained in my psyche and my soul. It's like, because I played the character for so long. And standing across from David and Jillian, it just makes it so easy and like I said, natural. So I think it's just part of our makeup.
Sure. And so with the character of Mulder, and in particular the relationship that is between him and Skinner, do you think that, I guess, some ways Mulder's a bit of a wayward son for Skinner?
Of course, absolutely, yeah. That's what I said. I tweeted that. When we first were going back, I said it's time for me to go bring in my I can't remember what the word was, but my wayward. I use that wayward children. And I think he's. I've always considered. Not always, but at a certain point in the involvement of the character, he became their champion, within the FBI, and he put his life and limit at risk for the two of them, and so I think I was asked earlier if he was on their side or against them. It's like, I think it's pretty obvious that he was.
I mean, in the initial stages, I think definitely in the first couple of seasons. Us as fans watching him as a character, we were never sure.
And that's what it was, yeah.
And I think that kind of made him an interesting character to start off with, because we weren't sure where his initial allegiances lay. And then it wasn't until further on that you start to see him actually actively helping, Mulder and Scully, that you realise, no, he's definitely on their side.
Yeah.
He believes to an extent in what they do.
Yeah, well, I don't think at first he wasn't. He was definitely. I think he was brought in to be pretty much a roadblock to the two of them and what they were doing, and until he's a good man, and I think he has high morals and ethics, and he. At a certain point, he realized that what the other guys were doing with the cigarette smoking man and the all those other cats that he was involved with, that they were the bad guys, and that these two young FBI agents were really they had some there was true value and honesty to what they were doing.
And thematically, the show.
I love your buttons.
Oh, thank you. Yes, one of my friends, she actually made them. So
yeah,
yes,
very cool.
They're my little buttons. So thematically, the show actually it tended to touch on a lot of the paranoia and suspicion that people had, even when the show first started. And with the revival series, I think that became even more so. Something that was brought out, particularly in the first and the last episodes that bookended those 6. So, do you think that as a theme is actually more important and prevalent now in our society, particularly with what's happening with the US presidential race?
Yeah, I do. I think the conspiracy and paranoia. I mean, paranoia is like it's just skyrocketing because of how crazy this whole political situation in our country is. It's like I don't want to get into that. It's just it makes my skin crawl. The choices that we have for president. But anyway,
and I guess it's better to explore those in a fictional realm.
Yeah.
TV show than it is to try and have to address them in a real life sort of
Yeah,
situation.
it's unfortunately we have to address them in real life too.